Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with their opponents. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Brandon Wilson to return it. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
On first down, Allen. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And now they'll throw with Allen. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Allen gonna throw. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Andy Isabella, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Oilers drive it right down the field to score on their opening drive. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
SOS. 70 Timberwolves. 79 Broncos. Hey, smash. 41 Mike, right here. Bronco 80. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Now White with a first down throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Now Allen. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. A huge play there for Houston. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try again. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. Davis. Touchdown. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line. Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh. That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance. Maybe play action? I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole. On 1st and 10, White. Pressure comes, and down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. White. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. 41 Mike. Crunch time.
From the shotgun, here's White. Open man is Trey Burton. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Oh, damn.
out of the gun. It's White. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Quez Watkins, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Oilers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now White.
Strip that ball.
Flushed out right. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. On first down, it's White. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Check 41. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Quez Watkins with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Oilers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it is 28-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. 3rd and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Here's White. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, PI gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Robertson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going for Burton, and he's got it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. On 1st down, Robertson. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Come back to you. Mike, 13, pioneer. 36. Stop you. Check smash. He's coming. We got double up.
Now White. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. White looks to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Allen to throw it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Defense. Hey, Mike 20. He's scared. Mike 20. Wow, Bill.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Let's go.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Get that ball. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. You.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. And this is caught by Watkins. Touchdown, Houston. Quez Watkins with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Oilers open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To the air, Allen. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Oilers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it is 42-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. At a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
A final shot before half for Allen, eluding the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Quez Watkins as time expires in the first half. And the Oilers will extend their lead on the final play of the half. Pass on for the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half. They certainly have the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle because it really stresses the safeties. And they're going to be a little bit frustrated.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Jamin Davis in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On play action, Allen. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go again. Wide, get wide.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. White. Flushed out right. He's got Burton here. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
41, 19, check 41. Here we go.
To throw, White. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 60 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Dolphins get a bit closer. They'll look to throw. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now it's Wilson. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2nd down and 3.
Go. Kill.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Finding some room at midfield. 30. Past the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 64 yards. And the Oilers just continue to roll. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to be set up beautifully. A heck of a return down inside the 40-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. White. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Back to the air on 2nd down. White. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play, unable to connect in that attempt.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Waddle now to return it. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back to throw. White. There's Fuller for a Dolphin touchdown. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins gain a bit of respectability. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I got one.
Allen.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Here we go. Motion.
To throw, it's Allen. Looking for Campbell downfield. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A huge play there for Houston. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Allen now on first down. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Oilers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. White. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. That's might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Waddle will return this from the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Let's go, defense.
A.J. Epinesa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. To throw from his end zone, Robertson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Here we go.
To throw from his end zone, Robertson. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus, because they think this one is over.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 31, Allen going deep here for Watkins. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Allen. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the defense.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike 20, Mike 20. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And boy, Charles, it is no doubt a passing league. We get that, but did you ever think we would see someone pass for 7,000 yards in a season? And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Oilers are on their way to a sensational 13-0 start as they extend their lead here. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. White. He's going to take another shot here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Mike, 34. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
34's the Mike. 34's the Mike. He's coming. Check him. Check.
Half. Run. Watch the run. Let's go. Hey, go Mike 34. Mike 34. I got you, punk. Mike 34.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen.
Watch the slant.
Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because
can't get away, and he's taken down. A.J. Epinesa, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Robertson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive? And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, You just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.